I'm sharing with you 7 ingredients of successful love relationship. And the 7 ingredients are forgiveness, quick forgiveness, understanding, acceptance, communication, tolerance, loyalty, time spent together, and affirmation. There are other ingredients for successful love relationship, but I consider these 7 as very important. They are basic. So let's quickly, within the confine of the brief time we have, discuss these 7 ingredients that can make a love relationship succeed. First of all, I want you to understand that the love I'm talking about here is not restricted to conjugal love, that is, the love between husband and wife. It also applies. The principle I want to share with you apply to a love relationship between parents and children, between friends. If you apply these 7 ingredients, you'll be able to build an enduring love. So, the first ingredient I want to talk about is understanding. It is difficult for you to love someone if you do not understand the person. Most times we misjudge people because of our inadequate knowledge or understanding of their personality. So, for a relationship to succeed, the two partners in that relationship must be able to understand their distinct personality and, secondly, accept what they have discovered. So, the first ingredient is understanding, and the second is acceptance. If you discover your partner's personality, you understand the reason for that personality, but refuse to accept the uniqueness of your partner, it will be very difficult for you to build a lasting love relationship. So, understanding as a second ingredient is very important. Accepting what you understand is very also crucial. And apart from accepting, there is another important word I want to mention, and that ingredient is tolerance. Tolerance, as I often defined, is falling in love with your dislike. In other words, not everything about your partner really appeals to you, but because you're committed to having a successful and a lasting or enduring relationship, you have decided to tolerate. In other words, to grow gradually to fall in love with your dislike. It takes time, it's not automatic, but it is possible. Then we have mentioned so far knowledge or understanding. We've also mentioned acceptance. We've mentioned tolerance. Then quick forgiveness is very important. As humans, we interact often, but we must remember that we are not exactly the same. We raise up in different environments. We also inherit different parental genetic transfer that are responsible for the uniqueness of our behaviors or personalities. As a result of this, we must develop how to forgive each other in order for us to build a lasting relationship. But I must add to forgiveness that just forgiving is not enough, it has to be quick forgiveness. We must not allow frictions or offenses to develop into bitterness. Now, most of us are not born with this quality, but we can practice it within the passage of time. You can practice how to forgive quickly. I did that also. I learned to forgive quickly. I practice it, but with the help of God. So prayerfully practice how to forgive your partner quickly. Apart from forgiveness, communication is very vital to successful love relationship. Partners who refuse to communicate will soon destroy their relationship. Communication is the life wire of any relationship. We cannot stop friction as a result of the fact that we are different And the more we get closer in our relationship, the more frictions or conflict will surface. However, as long as we keep communication line open and continue to communicate, there is a possibility that we'll be able to resolve our differences, learn from this conflict, and get to understand ourselves better. So we must communicate. If you want your relationship to succeed, please desist from rendering your communication incommunicado. In other words, do not allow your relationship to drift into a state where you and your partner no longer communicate, talk. But when you communicate, take note of this. You must communicate to understand, because most times when we communicate, the symbols we use, the words we speak, may not convey the meanings we intended. So you must consider the person you are talking to and the meaning he or she attaches to the words that you are using. Words are what I refer to as symbols in communication. So thus your partner understand the words. From the past experience of your partners, those your partner, assign accurately the same meaning you intended or not. So find out, study your partner, explain what you mean over and over until your partner understand. And if you are the person being communicated to, or you are the communicatee, and or you are the recipients of what is being said, and you discover that you do not understand what your partner is saying, the simple way to gain understanding is to ask question. Do not assume that is what your partner is saying. Do not, infer meanings into what is being said if you are not clear. Ask your partner, and this is what you've just said, and this is what I understand by what you've said. Is that exactly what you meant to say? That will be giving your partner an opportunity to be able to explain his or herself better or in a language that you understand. The last ingredient I want to mention is loyalty. Loyalty means commitment to each other in a relationship despite the differences. What I mean by this is that, yes, we are together as partners in relationship, and as a result of intimacy, there is room for frictions, room for conflict. But in the process of time, we are gaining understanding of each other's uniqueness. However, we have made a commitment to stay together no matter what. In some religious circles, they refer to these as marriage covenant, a bond, a statement or a commitment to stay together no matter what happens, a commitment to make the relationship work no matter the frictions or conflict we're experiencing now. Loyalty is very important, and loyalty is not what you say or do in the presence of your partner. Loyalty refers to the things you say about your partner or the things you do when your partner is not with you, in his or her absence. Some people are quick to display loyalty to their partner in their partner's presence, but the moment they walk out of their partner's presence or realize that your partner is not around, they start saying things that are contrariwise to what they initially said when their partner was in their presence. That is not loyalty. That is false loyalty. But the loyalty I speak here is a genuine one. Is the one that requires you to defend your partner in his presence and in his absence. It also applies to the woman also. You defend her in her presence and in her absence. You say good things about your partner, irrespective of the misconstruction or conflict you are having as a result of your personality difference. Once again, let's try to cue the ingredients or principles I've mentioned so far. Number one, if you must have a fruitful or a successful relationship, you must learn to know your partner and understand your partner. Know your partner, understand your partner, and you know something by studying that thing. So study your partner, observe your partner, know your partner, understand your partner, accept your partner, tolerate your partner, that is, fall in love with your dislike in the progression of time, then offer quick forgiveness whenever there are offenses. And then I talked about communication. Do not render your relationship incommunicado. Practice to communicate and discuss, but communicate to be understood, knowing that your partner do not or will not always attach the same meaning you intended when you communicate. And then number 7, I mentioned loyalty, commitment to one another in respective of the conflict or misconstruction you're having as a result of your personality difference. I think and I believe that what I've shared with you within the time limits of 10 to 11 minutes will bring joy, light into your relationship. Until we meet again, stay blessed and keep moving forward.